like sitting around, I'm like, what if you guys aren't making any moves? I'm like, nothing's happening, you know?
And that's the whole point. They want to stagnate. The devil is trying to stagnate the mission. And another thing they're doing is they're fracturing us into different sections and sects. And then they're teaching us, they putting the lead fallen angels in a place where they can cannibalize other groups and other people.
Yeah, exactly.
And they know they're divided. We're weak, and together we strong. They know that.
Yep.
So it's the old habit, divide and conquer. That's it.
Well, you know what? Like I said, when you're called to your children.
That's right. Because everybody feel this. That's why it's viewed as children. Because that's right. If you go to the Holy Tablet, chapter 16, tablet 13, chapter 16. No, what is it? Chapter 16, tablet 13, verses 248 through 252. Iliel, the Most High will say, I sent to you, Ahmad, as an apostle, reciting the purified pages, the holy tablets. Well, the thing is, there's a timeline there, because the holy tablets didn't come out till 1997. So apparently, that's in line with the year 2000. I am the one sent. And he tells you also in chapter 18 that they, the Anunnaki, will leave all the burdens us around me way down heavy on my back. And that I'm supposed to work hard to successfully complete the duties of my mission and then prepare to return to my Rab, Amun. You understand? In fact, the Most High tells you in the Holy Tablets in chapter 6 that he and I are one. When you look deep into the light of the Most High, the three limbs are there. Ahmad in birth, Muhammad in prophecy, and Mahmoud in the end. So not only was I sent by the Most High, but he's telling you that I am the Most High. So this is a great infraction, and it's rebellion. Now, I don't know what we should be judging in each of Yanun or these fallen angels or all of them. But I know this, the reason why they were cast out of heaven is because they rebelled against the Most High. And I don't think that they've changed that sentiment. They're still rebelling against the authority of the Most High.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. If I'm wrong with was it Yanun not disagreeable at first?
Yes, he was. When he was Murdoch, he told you that in the Holy Tablets he was disagreeable. And then it was to bail that, taught him right knowledge and he converted to right knowledge, yeah. If you read the book by Zechariah Sitchin, The Lost Book of Eki, it'll be in there, all the people that he raped and killed and all the things he did. When he sentenced them to life in penitentiary in the upper chambers of the pyramid. It was one woman, one goddess that was trying to track him down and kill him with arrows for years. And he had one of his brothers broke him out of penitentiary up the top of the pyramid with a KRAST. Laser beams and broke him out.
Yeah, I read that book. That's one of the first books that I ever read to like really open my eyes to everything.
That's right. Yeah, but he was a hellraiser now. But you have to understand that his father is the son of Anu. But that Anu broke off and he went deep into the cosmos and he consorted with the daughter of a chief of the reptilians named Sheetar. And they were of the Shum the disagreeable water beings, the ugly water beings. And by that, he gave birth to a son named Eki, who was half Anunnaki and half reptile. And that Eki, when he came to Earth, he migrated away from Sumeria and he went to Africa. And then he, as a merman, he swam all the way to South America. And then he went back into space again and found another woman, Iggy did, that was a reptile that was more terrible than his mother, and ugly and horrible. And he made it with her. And they gave birth to a child named Murdoch. That's Malachi.
Yeah, damn Keita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Damn Keita, that's right. Damn Keita. And she was a horrible one. So Malachi got a lot, he's a reptile.
Like, he has the nature.
That's the nature of, now, there are reptiles that have an agreeable nature. Every species has agreeable and disagreeable in it. And against his defense, I've had a lot of beings come to me that you could call them gray in their anatomy, the way they shape and what have you, but they're reddish brown in color. I was in New Orleans and my computer was saying, I am adamant, don't be afraid of it, this, that, and the other, and then I would turn it off and it would still keep typing that out. I would unplug it and it would still come on and keep saying, I'm going to incarnate, don't be afraid, I am adamant. And I'd unplug it and come back on. Then one night I was in my bedroom by myself downstairs and something kept telling me to turn around, and I turned around and right between my nightstand and the weight bench, there he was, standing up. Just green. Reddish brown, just like me and Malachi. That color. And he would just have these big eyes, black eyes, and he looked like he was just standing there looking at me without an expression. And I panicked. Broke out the bedroom door, and I ran and started calling my mate and all the children downstairs. And when we got back in there, he was gone. But he's healed me, come to me, this being, you know, I'm trying to figure out, is that Ahmad Sep, or is that Malachi? And I say that because when he was going to court here in Millersville, I got a hold of all my sources and radio stations, and I had thousands of NUWABIANs come to the courthouse to show support for him. And I went up to the second floor, into the courthouse, and I was the only one in the room. And instead of sitting down, it compelled me to go to the swinging gate. So I went to that swinging gate, and the back door of the court just busted open. And it was Malachi in a dark blue suit on like you saw in the paper. His eyes were already locked on mine, like he was making eye contact with me through the door, right? And he walked straight up to me. I don't know what sheriff seals and how they let him do that. But if you know what he is, you can understand it. Anyway, he walked all the way up to me, and he stood in front of me, and he just started looking up into my eyes. And he was biting on his teeth with the veins in his temple, which is, you know how somebody get real intense? He never said a word, right? But I started sweating and losing time. And there was nobody there but he and I. Then all of a sudden, I started hearing the court was full of packed with people. And he turned and went and sat down. And when I turned to sit down, there was not a chair available. The whole court was packed. Sheriff Seals, the judge, everybody was in there. So I walked over to the wall, and I didn't have a seat, so I just slid down and sat on the carpet, and myself just sat on the floor. And I was staring at his temple because I was trying to figure out what happened right there. And why nobody saw that or realized it was going on. The dimensions shift right there. You got power now. And then when it was recess, I went to the bathroom, and the gynecologist, the doctor, he was in the bathroom, and the urinal next to me, and he was saying, I have to go deliver a baby. These young people are disrespectful. Take my seat. I'm sitting next to Dr. Robert Kimbrough. His name was Dr. Bright, the gynecologist. So I went and had a seat next to Kimbrough, and he started asking me, because I was the empress to the Washita for the NUWABIAN Nation, he was asking me to talk to her so he could have the lineage, removed so he could import computers from all over the world, and he and I could make millions of dollars. I couldn't even hear what he was talking about. I wasn't interested in that because I was